Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife, Marie. And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and a little notify bell next to it on YouTube just to make sure you're getting your notifications. And you can even go into notification and be alerted when we post something new in the community tab, which I did today, Larson, because today, starting at 10 o'clock Central, which is a couple hours ago.
That was 8 o'clock.
That's correct.
Pacific.
That was 8 o'clock Pacific, that's right, because they're 2 hours ahead of us.
Uh-huh.
Which would be also 11 a.m. Eastern.
Eastern, yes.
A huge sale on Pro Wrestling Tees. There it is. 20% off everything.
Whoa.
Everything at ProWrestlingTees.com/GoingInRaw.
Whoa.
From today through the 16th. That's Monday, I believe.
Oh, my gosh.
It's all 20% off. And on top of that, if you look there in the bottom right-hand corner, if you're watching this on YouTube,
there's words there.
We're getting a new batch of new postcards in.
Uh-huh.
And every time we get an order from Pro Wrestling Tees, we are alerted and we are provided the address of the person getting that T-shirt, which I know seems weird, but we do.
Yeah.
Because I guess we just get a copy of the invoice too, because we're in business with them.
Yeah.
And so we are going to take that address. We're going to send an autographed postcard to that address. That's what we're going to do.
Sharpie is here, ready to sign things.
Let me see this Sharpie.
That's purple.
Yeah, that's definitely a Sharpie. That's good to go. That's good to go. So we're gonna do that. We have a brand new shirt designed. There it is. It's the Chill Roman shirt.
Chill Roman.
It's available right now at ProWrestlingTees.com/GoingInRaw. Use the promo code RETAIL.
Retail.
Very, very important.
It's emblazoned with the slogan that I feel like a lot of people. It's good advice.
Just be cool, man.
Just be cool, man.
Just be cool, man.
Just be cool, man.
Like Chill Roman. If you guys watched, I'm not going to spoil the end of it, but if you guys watched over on our Itchtway channel, Twitch. If you watched We Book Super Showdown, huge, big events, massive main event, Roman Reigns, Chill Roman versus The Undertaker. It was huge,
massive.
You can check that out at itchtway.tv/.
Well, it's going to be here tomorrow.
Steve and Larson.
Too.
And it'll also be here
tomorrow.
But massive, massive events.
Pretty massive.
Going on.
Something else, man.
With We Book WWE Super Showdown.
While we're doing plugs, Steve, you tell the good people where else we can be found.
Patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers. They're all great. $1 a month gets you this show advertisement free.
Correct.
No ads, besides the ones that we sometimes read on the show, but none of those little commercials.
Or ads for us.
Or ads for us, exactly. You're never going to escape those.
No.
And you'd be surprised. A lot of people think they're, Patreon, what does a $1 thing do for anybody?
It does a lot.
It goes a long way. It literally
long way.
is more money than if you were just to watch all the ads on our YouTube shows. All month long.
Correct.
We make more doing this. In fact, yesterday, Jonathan Villalobos, a new patron right there.
Thank you very much.
And I think we also had another one earlier in the day yesterday. Let's see, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see here. Oh, Nick Colette also yesterday.
Thank you.
And then we also got our first two Pro Wrestling Tee sales for the day.
Nice.
Jamie Fonseca and Trent Nouse.
What did they buy?
The original design for the Chicago Going In Raw shirt.
Yeah.
I just put that on Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling Tees. One of those, and then one of the gray Friendo shirts.
Gotcha.
So we got one of those. Nobody's ordered a Chill Roman shirt yet, but that's a big yet. When they see, here's the thing, dude. So when it goes live tomorrow on YouTube and everybody can see Chill Roman wearing the Chill Roman shirt, I mean, I'm anticipating orders in the thousands.
Through the roof.
Like Young Bucks numbers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we'll be able to buy a house.
There you go. Anyways. So yeah, everything, it's all a lot of fun. Let's talk about some wrestling news.
Yeah.
We have no super chats to take because Comcast once again didn't get their shit together.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm not supposed to curse anymore. I read something like YouTube's going to stop showing.
We've heard that before too.
Yeah. Apparently they're like, I don't know. There's like evidence and proof out there to suggest that it's true. Comcast can't get their business together, man. And so we didn't do this episode live, sadly. Sorry, everybody thought that we did, given that we sent out notifications
that
saying
we were
did.
going to, and that we did. However, we did not.
So this is bummer news. This is kind of serious, very serious business for WWE and their upcoming Crown Jewel pay-per-view from Saudi Arabia, and it's being brought to you by the Saudi Arabian government.
Correct. They cut WWE a massive check for a 10-year deal to put on one, if not two shows a year.
And part of that deal seems to be getting the WWE
to act as a propaganda arm for the Saudi government.
Yeah.
If Greatest Royal Rumble was any indication.
They for the Greatest Royal Rumble, that we get all sorts of little video packages about how lovely Saudi Arabia is and the government is and all that kind of stuff. And granted, what we're about to talk about here is no reflection on the people of Saudi Arabia. I would never lump an entire population into sort of, one group and say, oh, look at this is all garbage. But, the Saudi Arabian government does seem to have a little bit to answer for.
Yes.
With some recent business.
So there's been a lot of reports over the last week or so about the disappearance and possible murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He arrived at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey on October 2nd and has not been seen since.
Yeah.
Since then, Turkish police have shown video footage of him entering the consulate but not exiting. And also from Turkish authorities have been reports that he may have been murdered inside the walls of the consulate. So following all these reports, there's been a lot of outcry about the WWE's ongoing business relationship with the Saudi government. Khashoggi was a vocal critic of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the man who's spearheading Saudi Arabia's Vision, I think 2030 plan, where he says he's going to do some reforms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Washington Post has reported that Salman himself may have issued the order to detain Khashoggi. Additionally, reports have surfaced that from U.S. intelligence that they intercepted communications with Saudi officials, which seemed to indicate a plot to bring Khashoggi back from Saudi Arabia. Khashoggi resides here in the States in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of wrestling writers, journalists, if you will, have commented on the situation. And here's just a sampling of some of what people had to say.
Before you mention this, there's a very good podcast that you...
The Daily from the New York Times. It's 20... Is that what you're going to reference?
No.
Oh, sorry.
The Chris Hayes one.
Why is this happening?
Why is this happening?
Yes.
It was like one of the first batch of episodes, like the second episode or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of outlines in probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Very plainly sort of how the current Saudi Arabian government sort of came together.
Yeah. And also their involvement in all sorts of stuff like in Yemen, which is awful.
And it's funny because it's such another part of the world, and it's fascinating stuff to educate yourself with because it does seem so overwhelming. But that particular episode, and I'm not a fan of like all the episodes, but
that one was really good.
But that particular episode actually does a very good job, breaking down exactly what we're dealing with here.
Yes.
So continue.
But anyways, I was going to mention the other day on the way into work, I listened to New York Times has these short daily podcasts called The Daily, about 20 minutes long, and they'll give you a pretty decent breakdown of the news of the day, or at least the most prominent story. And the other day, this was that story. So Wade Keller on Twitter referenced a quote from Chris Murphy, who is a senator from Connecticut. Of course, that's where WWE makes its home. And he said, if the allegations of Khashoggi's murder were true, quote, it should represent a fundamental break in our relationship with Saudi Arabia. And Keller mentions this could end up being troublesome for WWE's event deal with Saudi Arabia from Cage Side Seats. And I think it's called a Cup of Coffee. What name is the column's called? Cage Side Seats has tons of really good wrestling writing. Highly recommend it. They had to say, quote, if the show does go ahead, is there any way WWE doesn't spend 5 hours talking about the Vision 2030 plan, the progress and change being made in a country alleged to have dismembered a body with a bone saw because the same man paying WWE for propaganda events couldn't handle critical press? WWE just has to see human rights is more important than money, something I, the author of this particular story, don't know they can be trusted to do. Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer says, quote, there's no indication the recent news will change WWE's plans, and nothing will with that kind of money at stake, short of a backlash at the level that nothing in wrestling has ever received, or something that comes from the highest levels of the U.S. government, which at least up to this week had been on friendly terms with Saudi Arabia. And he adds in Wrestling Observer Radio, quote, WWE may have to back out at some point. It's getting, after today.
Well, here's the thing. WWE's not going to back out unless, well, number one, I'm not sure. I mean, who knows what kind of contract they have in terms of how ironclad it is. It's probably I would just speculate. That's my speculation. So that was an interesting quote from Cage Side Seats. WWE just has to see human rights is more important than money, something I don't know they can be trusted to do. Here's kind of the problem with that, is that the head of our own federal government doesn't see this as being more important than money. Our president literally the other day said, in response to this story, well, I'm paraphrasing here, our arms deal with the Saudis right now is bringing in so much money and creating so many jobs, I don't want to disrupt that.
Well, there's a huge investment conference happening in Riyadh, I think October 23rd. They're already, Bloomberg, CNN has withdrawn from. Uber has suspended business activities.
And
I know Richard Branson has as well.
Yeah.
And
like $1 billion deal he had, yeah.
But apparently the U.S. Treasury Secretary is still going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the bottom line is, and this isn't meant, I know I don't like tossing politics into the wrestling stuff. I get it. But a guy got allegedly got dismembered and put into any pieces of luggage, apparently, according to something you read.
Yeah, it was on the Daily, that New York Times podcast, and those pieces of luggage may have been put on planes that flew back to Saudi Arabia.
This is disgusting stuff. And the fact that the people in the highest levels of our representation aren't saying, wow, that's a little messed up.
Well, our president may not. Some in Congress are, though. I'll just jump ahead to this.
Sure.
Independent Journal Review spoke to some congressmen about WWE's business relationship, specifically with Crown Jewel on the horizon. This is what, again, Chris Murphy had to say, quote, this is a brazen assault on the freedom of the press and a slap in the face of the United States. If this murder occurred as it seems to have had, it did, I guess, I'd hope that they'd be rethinking their relationship with the kingdom, especially with respect to events coming up the next weeks like Crown Jewel. Lindsey Graham of South Carolina said, quote, there should be a pause. I want a complete rethinking of our relationship. And Bob Menendez of New Jersey said, quote, private enterprise is private enterprise, different than a government entity. But because Linda McMahon is part of the president's cabinet, it falls into a gray area where the administration should really give it some thought and maybe even prevail upon them not doing it.
And WWE issued a statement on the matter, saying simply, we are currently monitoring the situation. Now, I mean,
which makes it sound like they're not doing anything.
Well, it makes it seem like they're saying, how big of a deal are people going to make about this? And
there's already a hashtag cancel Crown Jewel.
If they make a big deal about it, then I guess we'll see. If this is so cynical. This is so cynical, but the bottom line is this. If Snickers...
I was going to say, the precedent was set with the Moolah Battle Royal. If they probably didn't give two craps about online outrage until the sponsor pulled out.
If the sponsors... And here's the thing also. If the sponsors start pulling out, I am no lawyer. This is complete speculation on my part. I would think that there would be something in the contract that says, look... This contract, this deal is hurting our business. we can't be in it anymore.
You'd think
no idea.
WWE would be have enough foresight or at least sense to negotiate into any sort of deal, some sort of out clause should a PR disaster of this magnitude occur.
You would think.
To protect themselves.
You would think. We mentioned this before the other day, though. No, I'm sorry. We're going to mention this on Sunday because it was for Matt Chat. Yeah. Joshua Martinez had this question. It sort of closed the show because it's really heavy. But the point that we made, because he brought the same thing up. Mm-hmm. And God damn it, I totally lost my train of thought.
Are you talking about the news cycles that we're going to mention?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, God, you can read my mind. The news cycles that we're operating on right now are so small. Like we're essentially on a 6 hour by 6 hour news cycle. Mm-hmm. One huge story drops, another one replaces it 6 hours later. Mm-hmm. Another story drop, and like these things used to have legs. And I mean, again, not to really go there, but we've been inundated with so many news stories, one thing after another, about the federal government, about Russia, about Trump, about now there's Hurricane Michael, and that's a big deal, obviously, and that's something that we should be paying attention to. But we've got so many things being thrown at us this year, and it's just the Kavanaugh stuff. Mm-hmm. It's non-stop inundation, and so again, this is cynical, but I'm kind of of the opinion I'm not sure what kind of legs this thing is going to have. I really don't. You and I made the decision because it's our job to cover wrestling. Like, we have to do this. Like, we don't have to do this, but we do.
Yeah.
It's how we make our living. It's how we feed our families. We're going to cover Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
If it stays on.
Yeah.
Which I'm probably pretty sure it will. We're going to cover it. The money we get from Super Chats and, more importantly, Streamlabs, because with Streamlabs, a lot of you, maybe some of you don't know this, but if you hit the Streamlabs link and donate that way, we get the entirety of it. Google doesn't take a cut like they do with Super Chats.
Yes.
All the money, not just half this, all the money we're getting from the Super Chats and Streamlabs, we are going to find a charity, like a human rights thing or something, to get that money too. Yep. Because I know, look, we do pretty well for ourselves here. Months are up and down. Patreon goes up and down. YouTube revenue goes up and down. Yeah. But we have to put our money where our mouths are. Yeah. This is screwed up. Like, it was screwed up when they said, no women are going to be at the thing. It was screwed up when they started talking about how great Saudi, or what the government's doing out there, even though obviously they have a long way to go before they can be considered any type of, like, even when it comes to like leveling out to other countries when it comes to human rights issues. Like, they have a long way to go. And the WWE's out there saying, oh no, everything's great. Things are changing. It's awesome. Oh, they totally let women drive last year. Like, there's a long way to go. And I know neither you or I feel great about this, but we cover storyline. We can't just act like none of this stuff is happening. We have an audience, thank God, that will respond to us. We're gonna try to make some money for some causes that maybe can do some good things, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and we still have to decide on the charity, but I'm sure we'll announce that prior to
we'll
Crown
figure
Jewel,
out.
so you know exactly where your money is going.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. We sort of skipped ahead a little bit, but Fox News also had a story.
A write-up on WWE's heat they're getting,
This was based on Crown Jewel. And noting on a recent episode of PW Insider Elite, Mike Johnson said, I know what I hope WWE will do is unrealistic and will likely not happen, and for at least the next decade, they're going to be in business with the Saudi government. But I just want to say that the fact that they're in business with this government going forward is disgusting, and I probably should have said it's disgusting since day one. I mean, a lot of people, even when we did our stream, we donated half the Super Chats to charity because it was more of, they're excluding the women. That sucks. We'll give, half of what we get. This, as bad as that is, this goes way beyond that, And it's like, I know the United States government isn't, they're not squeaky clean either. Far from it. But, they're not the ones bankrolling the WWE. This is Saudi government is bankrolling WWE, and they just chopped a guy up, potentially, allegedly. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And his co-host, Dave Scheer, brings up the contract and the potential legal jeopardy they can get into if they were to try to break the contract. But again, as I said earlier, I hope they put in some clause to protect themselves should something bad happen.
Yeah, I mean they need to go. They really need to. They need to figure out what they're doing. Let's do this before we do this.
All right, that's fine.
Just because it's kind of a bummer of a thing. This is also a bummer of a thing. Screw it. You know what? We'll do this next. We'll do this right here.
Very well.
That's a happy story.
That is a happy story.
So one of our favorite wrestlers on the independent scene, Chelsea Green. She was known as Laurel Van Ness in Impact. Does amazing work all over the place.
And she was a delight to hang around with for 3 or 4 hours at StarCast.
Yeah, she sat next to us. She made the room light up as soon as she came in.
Yeah.
She's a treasure.
Yeah.
And it seems like she might be getting rewarded for her hard work.
Yes.
Chelsea Green might be getting signed to WWE.
Yeah.
The Twitter user Rovert, or is it Rover?
I don't know.
Rovert reported earlier this week that Chelsea Green reported the WWE Performance Center this week and has been signed by WWE.
Yeah, and Meltzer seemed to confirm that, at least that she's at the Performance Center, saying, quote, Chelsea Green was training at the Performance Center this past week.
Now, she had a tryout a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And she also is the significant other of one, Zack Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
So that's great. I think she'll be such a great addition. She, of course, was in the All-In Fatal 4-Way with Madison Rayne, and then also
Tessa
Britt
Blanchard
Baker
and Tessa Blanchard.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly. And she should have won that damn thing too.
I know.
Kind of bums me out because she doled out
that Crusher,
the Destroyer.
Sorry, the Destroyer, yeah.
And then Tessa took advantage, I think.
Yeah,
and
hit the hammerlock DDT for the win. Yeah.
That's right. But Chelsea Green is something special.
Yeah,
and I can't
she's really
wait.
good.
Can't wait for her to
show up on NXT.
Did you see the new the banner they're using for Evolution? The new artwork?
Mm-mm.
Becky Lynch is like front and center.
Oh, good.
It's her and Ronda Rousey.
Good.
Let's see if I can bring it up here.
Good.
If my internet's gonna work. Are you serious with this? This is on the front page. Undertaker with a dog. He's there with a dog. I'm printing that thing. Oh, that's great.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you, somebody watches the dang show.
Maybe.
Look at this dog.
Like a dog.
Anyways, what was it doing? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Evolution's right here somewhere. No, that's just going to take me to the network. So, no, that's
show it
really
to me
cool.
later. We got business.
No, I'll show you right now.
We got business to take
Hold
care
on
of.
a
Come on.
second. Just wait. Just hold on. Like it's almost here. Well, okay, she's kind of front and center.
Yeah.
Ronda's more front and center, but still, she's there.
Yeah.
There's nobody in front of her
except
except
for
for Ronda.
the front group.
Charlotte's behind her. Naomi's behind her. Everybody but Ronda's behind her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. Oh, well, yeah, never mind. Okay, anyways, moving on. Before we continue, Larson, here's a word from our sponsor, forhims.com. If you're like Larson over here, I'm so sad to say, I don't want to say that anymore. If you're like Larson over here, that's just rude.
No,
you have a fine head of hair. Your head's great. Anyways, if you're like Larson over here and you're one of the 66% of men who start noticing a receding hairline or maybe a bald spot before the age of 35, guess what? You're not alone.
No, you're not alone. But why try odd solutions or worse yet, do nothing when you can turn to medicine and science?
Science!
Like going to forhims.com. Hims is the destination for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men.
Yeah, well, tell me, Larson,
What?
Do you still need to waste time sitting around a waiting room just to go in for an awkward doctor's visit to get yourself some Hims?
No. No,
that's
you
good.
don't. Not at all. Just go to forhims.com, answer a few questions, and a doctor will look over your order. And then, not right away.
Right away. It'll magically appear on your door.
You can stay at home, and products will be shipped directly to your door.
Right.
And right now, Going In Raw listeners can get a trial month of Hims for only $5 right now, while supplies last.
So go to forhims.com/GIR. That's FORHIMS.com/GIR.
And again, we'd like to thank forhims.com for sponsoring today's episode. And you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to forhims.com/GIR.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's talk about Kevin Owens.
This is, again, another bummer of a story here.
Yeah. So he's hurt, it seems. Post-wrestling reported on Tuesday, night after Raw, that, quote, last night's angle involving Bobby Lashley and Kevin Owens was done to explain Owens needing time off for knee surgery. It was conveyed to us that Owens is not expected to miss too much time, so it doesn't appear to be a major injury. They later updated their story, adding, "We were informed later in the day that while the hope is Owens' knee surgery is minor, they won't know the full extent of the injury until the knee is assessed. There is a possibility of the injury being more serious and could require a longer recovery time."
And then Dave Meltzer seemed to confirm this in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter. It's been reported that Owens will be undergoing arthroscopic surgery.
Arthroscopic.
Thank you. And several company sources have said that, but that isn't entirely accurate. Sometimes I think Meltzer writes the way he talks.
Yeah, stream of consciousness. Yeah,
It is.
It's very conversational
It is.
approach.
It is. They don't know the full damage to the knee and won't know until it's opened up. The minor surgery is what is hoped for, with the idea he just needs cleaning out.
Which is still arthroscopic surgery.
Arthroscopic.
That just means they get those little cameras and little tools in there, so you got a couple little scars as opposed to cutting the whole knee.
Oh,
knee
God.
open.
Obviously, he's able to walk and has been working on the bad knee for a while, but wrestlers at that level are awfully tough about injuries, and very often these injuries get a lot more serious. It's also possible he will need major surgery, and the determination won't be made until his surgery date next week. The expected timetable right now is about 4 months off if it's minor surgery and 8 months off if it's major surgery.
Yeah.
So that's just it's a bummer, man.
I wonder.
He'll get to spend a lot of time with his family. He'll sell some of them Kevin Steen shirts.
I wonder if. I'm no doctor.
Confirmed. True.
I'm just trying to think of the huge disparity in, because I would guess, again, no doctor, that if it were some sort of ligament damage, ACL tear or something along those lines, that you'd be able to see that in an MRI. But if this is a meniscus thing, because I know there's two ways you can deal with a meniscus tear. You can just go in and clip it off, the hunk of cartilage that broke off.
Ugh.
Or if it's more severe, what they call, I think it's called microfracture surgery, where they go in and drill little holes in your bone, let some of the blood seep out of there and form like a new, it's not cartilage, but
Protective barrier.
cartilage is there so you don't get bone on bone rubbing in your knee.
Right.
So if you get that blood and stuff that's healed over the bone and gives you that layer, so you're not dealing with bone on bone action in your knee.
No bone in.
So granted, we know nothing about the nature of the injury. Just based on this, that would be my guess, is some sort of meniscus issue. But again, that's purely speculation.
Yeah.
Purely speculation.
Yeah. Well,
But I hear meniscus issues are really painful.
November, December, January, February, March, April, May.
SummerSlam.
Back for Money in the Bank. Or
Maybe
SummerSlam. Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Him and Sami Zayn coming. When's Sami Zayn still supposed to be
He's still
coming
going to be out a little while.
Yeesh. Till all the way through next SummerSlam, though?
I think it was 8 months he was going to be out. So he might be back.
2 months ago?
Oh, late spring.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 rotator cuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
surgery
he was supposed to, people were saying he should probably be back for Mania.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he's been out since at least August, right? Because he didn't wrestle at SummerSlam.
It's been a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Mania then.
Yeah. What a bummer.
And probably the least surprising bit of news this week.
Non-news.
Basically, this is like bombshell non-news. Nonetheless, it's pretty much non-news.
All this stuff is it's all being confirmed. All this stuff that we're saying is so confirmed, though, because just recently we talked about this. Does Vince watch it? Oh, yeah, in Matt Chat last week. There's no way we thought Vince watches NXT. And then the whole Leo Rush, Vince being in his ear, was confirmed apparently just yesterday. And that's something we talked about on Monday.
Yeah, that seemed like given he had an earpiece in. So Triple H was in the United Kingdom promoting the announcement of NXT UK when he dropped the following bombshell non-news story. Vince doesn't watch NXT. This is what he said. Quote, sorry.
I don't know that he's ever watched a full episode of NXT start to finish. He's busy.
Triple H continued.
I think it's great that he doesn't see all of it because it gives him a different perspective. It gives him an outsider view on it, an uneducated.
I wish he would have said outsider's edge.
That'd be great. Really keeps him on the razor's edge.
The least surprising thing I've heard all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And explains a whole hell of a lot.
No, I find it funny that he walks into his roster completely and totally ill-educated on how to proceed with them. All my 6 months plans is going down the drain. God.
What?
What kind of company are they running over there?
What is going on?
What kind of company are they running over there?
I think our lead story sort of told us everything we need to know.
I know. What a mess. What an absolute mess.
Why would I bother watching NXT? I got a football league to put together. This is another. We already put out too much stuff. This is another hour for me to watch.
Too busy telling Leo Rush to say Lashley.
Lashley. All right, Larson, power rank 5 things that Vince would rather watch than NXT.
It's not the back of his eyelids. I don't think he likes to sleep.
He doesn't like to sleep. No.
His arms pumping iron.
Oh yeah, okay.
He spends a lot of time in the gym.
So the
at least he
mirror,
used to. Yeah, the mirror,
the big wall
or he
mirror.
just stares at his bicep
Yeah.
while he does curls.
Oh, vascularity. Feel my muscles grow. What else does he like to watch? His bank account statement.
Yeah, maybe.
He likes to watch the stock ticker.
There you go. But I guess WB stock went down. It's down to around $80 now. So that's pretty huge.
Wasn't
hit.
it like 98? Holy moly! Are they speculating it's because of the crown jewel stuff?
No. I think that. No, I don't think
Somebody
anything
just
to
saw it and was like, $98 a stock for wrestling? You know it's fake, right?
Well, I mean,
yeah,
across
right.
the, earlier,
Sell.
all week, this first part of this week, like tech stocks especially, like the Dow fell like 800 points.
Oh
today.
yeah.
So
yeah, stock market, yeah.
I read why, but I don't really understand it. Bonds.
Yeah, I read that too, and I was like, my sister might know what's going on.
Yeah.
She's like savvy to that stuff.
What else does he watch? Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah,
he's a huge Quantum Leap fan.
Me and him have that in common.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You know what we started watching last night? Now that we're done with our news stories. Oh, we have a bunch of
Yeah,
we have
we should
a
open some
freaking
mail.
Christmas. We'll talk about what I watched last night while we're opening this mail.
Good idea. Great idea.
Here you go.
It's light.
Yeah, that's why I threw it. We started watching Ozarks last night.
Oh, how was that?
The first episode's really good. Although I think it might be like just one long anxiety attack.
Ooh, a pro wrestling crate. Cool.
Oh, I love these things.
Yeah, they're fantastic. This one says it's from Ringside Collectibles.
This says it's from Vito.
Well, here.
New. I don't know.
Cross out the address. So.
Hopefully he has a thing. Vito. Why do I know that name Vito? What was the name of the guy who did this?
That was Lucio.
Lucio. Kind of close. Both sound like names from The Godfather. Lucio.
Oh, wow. Oh, is this what I think it is? I believe it is. Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh man, that's so great. Oh man, I am somebody needs to make a Steve figure so I can put my shoulder on Kyle O'Reilly. I mean my arm on Kyle O'Reilly's shoulder.
I didn't see the invoice about who sent this to us, but thank you, whoever.
It's not on the
It just says Ringside Collectibles who shipped it. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
It's not. Oh wait, does it? I think it says it on to when it's to us. It's like to going in raw from somebody, doesn't it?
But it's like, from
C. Ross.
C. Ross 22. Sorry, my apologies. Thank you, C. Ross. That was
All right,
awesome.
Here we go.
Look at that.
So, this is Larson, Steve, Friendos. Thanks for the anniversary shout-outs and impressions. In the spirit of all in, I thought I'd go double or nothing and send you some more wrestling swag featuring those indie darlings. Thanks again for all the great content. 2 sweet hearty handshake and an arm rested on both of your shoulders.
Thank you so much.
From Vito. Oh,
that's cool.
Look at that. Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool, man. That is so cool. That's going on the set, man.
Oh, wow. Look at these glasses. Macho Man glasses.
Oh, yeah. We got one of these. I think we already have one of these.
Yeah, there's one hanging over there.
Yeah. But that's cool. And then this here. This is a large. Let's see what shirt you get. Oh, man. That's a cool one. It's a Colt Cabana shirt.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Which I think means I get these Joey Ryan socks.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That's cool. Oh, wait a second. There's another shirt in here, so maybe we can argue over those socks.
We each get one sock.
Yeah, here we go. This is a...
It's got a...
It's Cody.
It's Cody on a wolf?
Cody and Pharaoh.
Oh, that is great.
That's awesome. That's
super
great.
cool.
That is so... Oh, and a couple of pins. Let's see what pins we got. Oh, man. Would you prefer a Brian Cage pin or a Flip Gordon pin?
You get first pick.
Well, I'm more of a comic book nerd, and you were a G.I. Joe kid, right?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, well, there you go.
Cool, there
that
you go.
works
Flip
then.
for me.
So I get Brian Cage. Well, thank you very
Here,
much.
you can have the socks. I'll keep the sunglasses.
These pro wrestling crates are really great,
Oh,
by the way.
fantastic.
Oh, those are really cool sunglasses.
Really hard to see out of.
Are they really?
Yeah.
What about
it? Makes everything blurry.
We have one more pack.
That's amazing.
Oh, this is from Draft House Games. Yeah,
oh, cool.
This is from Draft House Games. Ooh, whoa!
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that looks great. It's called Death of the Territories.
That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Oh, and then we got some more
Topps
cards. Heritage trading cards. I can't get enough of these things, man.
Oh, they're fantastic. Remind me of all the cards I used to collect when I was young.
I know, you're a big card collector.
Mm-hmm.
What was your most prized card?
It was probably my Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck rookie card.
Ooh.
It's probably worth, I don't know what it's worth now. It was in the hundreds.
You a big fan of the Upper Decker?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Love me the Upper Decker.
Do you want to read some questions?
Yeah, me pull some
You want to
questions.
stare at your shoes.
I'm trying to order these.
I love that you've had that.
They ain't got on sale yet.
Oh, is that like a big thing today happening?
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully.
Gotcha.
Hopefully. I got to pull up the questions here.
While I'm pulling up questions, just a reminder, right now, huge sale, 20% off ProWrestlingTees.com/.
Yeah.
Going in wrong.
Where's the question thread? There it is.
We have one question here from Comcast Cares. Good afternoon. I'm sorry to hear that you're having issues with your internet service. Please send me a DM with your full name and phone number listed on the account so I look into this issue for you. No, you don't get that info. We already called you. They came out.
Mr. Dope just spent over $700 for 4 Rumble tickets. Wife's upset. She'll get over it. Lol.
Oh, man. That is not
This is a good question.
long.
Dukari Sanchez, do you guys think New Japan are building up Jay White because they fear Kenny Omega may leave in 2019? I've heard that elsewhere.
Do we think that they're building up who? Jay Lethal?
Jay White.
Oh, Jay White. I was like, Jay Lethal. That's Ring of Honor, man. Yeah. Well, okay, I don't know. So I'll put it this way. Before Shinsuke and AJ left, they were already building Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And from what I remember, those signings, AJ and Shinsuke leaving, those came as a surprise. And so I think that New Japan wisely, I know this is a concept foreign to WWE fans, they're always building new
stars.
Look
yes.
at Show and Yo.
Yeah.
They're primed to take the spot of like the Young Bucks. I mean, granted, I know they're juniors versus heavyweights, but you know, until recently, Young Bucks were juniors.
Yeah.
They're always creating new stars. They're always doing that. You got a brand new member of LIJ.
Yes.
He's going to be hot, you know? So they're all and they continually build a guy like Sonata. You know, he's going to be a guy who can have his own, you know, he's going to be a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
So New Japan is always building. I mean, with Jay White, yeah, the parallels are totally there. He's very much sort of a cleaner type Kenny. But it's just smart of them to build up, you know. That's why I'm kind of surprised about Juice. How like he like was like they were really behind him.
It was really stop and go with him continuously.
Yeah.
Tyler, who would fare better in a face run, the Iconics or the Riot Squad? Riot Squad, totally.
Oh, Riot Squad, absolutely.
Juan Guerrero Jr., Mr. Triple Mania, I believe.
Yeah.
Which matchups would you like to see on a New Japan versus AAA Super Show? Dr. Wagner Jr. versus, I guess, kind of be Tanahashi.
Yeah, that sounds right. All the various clowns, Murder Clown, Psycho Clown,
Monster Clown
versus LIJ.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I'd like to see that.
LA Park versus Okada?
Maybe?
Yeah.
I guess.
Phoenix versus... He's going to wrestle Kenny Omega pretty soon. Next month. Early next month from Northeast Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be up there. Or give us Pentagon versus Kenny versus Phoenix for the AAA
Jeff
title.
Jarrett versus Tama Tonga. Why'd you roll your eyes at that one?
Because Jeff Jarrett.
Bound for Glory's coming up, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do our predictions for
are.
that because we have like a lot of time left.
No, we're going to do that for our Saturday show.
Our non-WWE news show.
Okay,
cool. Right
Justin Warren, what is the hardest thing you've ever had to watch wrestling-wise? Man on Fire, Mick Foley, chair shots to the head, etc. It's Man on Fire.
So back in 1999, I think, or 2000, you, me, and Big Jeff went to go see an XPW show in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And one of those matches was Supreme, who was the king of the deathmatch guy, versus maybe like, it wasn't Carino, was it? Or not Carino. Who's the other guy?
It was Kid Chaos.
Was it Kid Chaos? Was that the match?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the other guy who had blonde hair, always just get his hair like bloody? What was that guy's name?
Well, it was Carino. Carino was one of them.
Carino was one of them? There was another
that's what we
guy,
did in ECW. So
okay. Okay. But was he in XPW as well?
That I don't remember.
Okay. There's another guy. Who's the Gigolo? No.
Well, the Gigolo was there. I don't remember what his name was, but he was there and he was involved in the whole.
He was.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that did the lighter fluid.
Yeah, I mean, I can just look it up on Google.
There's an interview I found with the Gigolo about the whole thing.
What did he say?
He said that someone bought the wrong type of lighter fluid.
Oh, okay.
They bought the long burning stuff
So
instead of the short burning stuff.
Okay,
yes.
because we had sort of suspected that. And then, yeah, we were standing there, and they lit a table on fire, put Supreme through it.
And he was lit on fire.
He was lit on fire. He just started running around, man on fire. It was terrifying.
It was awful.
So that was bad. Almost seeing him die was bad. I mean, watching Hell in a Cell live, I think, was bad.
Oh, when Foley got tossed off the top, or going through the cage?
Going through was obviously like, that was, because it was like one thing, the going over the top just seemed very choreographed.
Yeah.
Like, came off that. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. But then the second one, you could kind of tell wasn't choreographed.
Yeah.
And that was jacked up.
Yeah. Failed to mention, or forgot to mention during our Kevin Owens segment, that Bob Roode has replaced him in Mixed Match Challenge. So Bob Roode and Natalia are now a team.
What are they going to call? Boy, there's been a lot of replacements for Mixed Match
Third
Challenge.
one.
Yeah.
Third one.
Wow.
Big Jim, what wrestling storyline would you like to see be used as the basis for a Halloween haunted house? Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Well, yeah.
And so you got like a haunted house situation. See, this is my picture. You know when you go to like certain concerts, or like I think they used to do it on the Grammys or something, when someone's performing and they rotate the stage and there's someone else on the other side of the stage performing.
Yeah, that's
something
great.
like that for a haunted house, though, where you have 4 different sections that you walk through. Obviously, this is a massive, massive complex.
Big complex, yeah.
And so you spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Stops on that thing.
Yeah.
They rotate the house to that segment. You go through the haunted house.
I like that. That's good. Make the deal. I would just say like House of Horrors.
What was that one where they electrocuted was it Rick Steiner?
Yeah.
Was that house? It was a cage match with the electrical chair in it.
That was a Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, it was. Or was it Abdul the Butcher?
I think it was Abdullah.
Yeah, it was Abdullah.
But like I think Rick was in it for a second, and then like he got out and put
that's
Abdullah
what it was.
in
That's
it.
what it was.
And it's a gruesome picture, but it really was kind of cheesy. Like when you watch it.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh God, when well, I watched Sid live when Sid's leg broke. Ooh. That sucked. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the previous question now.
Oh.
And then when TK Orion
broke his leg,
that sucked to watch. Anytime the leg, it's still to this day it freaks me out. Like just the other day when we were watching Charlotte versus Becky Lynch for Super Showdown, and she did a moonsault. Or maybe it was just the SmackDown episode.
It was SmackDown. She slipped. It looked like she slipped when she landed on the floor.
And then like sometimes like the way their boots are, it looks like they have like no support there. And so like when they move their leg over, I'm like, oh my God, did that just snap? I just get freaked out by that.
Kyle Steven, what is the most underrated finishing move of all time? Personally, always thought the Famouser was great.
I always loved the Famouser because Billy Gunn could get so high up in the air on it. I love that move. It's just I always understood they never really. I mean, I know it was his finisher, but like as a solo competitor, he was never really booked that strong. He was booked like just strong enough.
Beyond winning King of the Ring, you're correct.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he's Intercontinental Champion, but like it was always kind of obvious that him and Road Dogg really did make the perfect combination. Like if they were fused together, they'd be the perfect singles wrestler. But because Road Dogg was all personality and not much else.
Yeah. Baron Ash, First Man comes out this weekend. So what 3 wrestlers would you have man the first mission to the moon?
Well, Xavier Woods, because like, isn't he a PhD or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then Max Moon, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, Ember Moon.
And Ember Moon, again,
for obvious reasons. Trey Sherman, Matt Jackson tweeted out the link to their last Bullet Club style shirt. Seems going forward they will just be The Elite. Do you think WWE would offer to license The Elite brand should they go there? They'd have to, assuming that The Elite has trademarked and copyrighted all their intellectual property, then WWE would have to license it.
I would imagine. So WWE would have to roll the Brinks truck out for the Elite. If they're to get some sort of return on that investment beyond, like, just having them, they would have to get a cut of that merchandise. Like, it's funny. That's one thing that I would have a harder time believing WWE would sort of cede control over is the merchandise stuff, not the creative stuff, but the merchandise stuff. Oh, what is this? This is great. Oh, look at Bob Roode. Even here, he's like kind of sad.
Bremen!
That's the worst. More questions.
Will Rocket, do you think Jay White downgraded from a possible boss of chaos to just another member of Firing Squad OG Bullet Club?
No, man.
He's not going to be just another member of
He's not
Bullet
going to be.
Club.
He's not going to be like the replacement for Chase Owens. Give me a break.
Good question, Chris. Up to this point, what has been each of your favorite wrestling moments of 2018? Two come to mind. First, Daniel Bryan getting back in the ring.
Oh, man. Number one. Oh, man. That's number one.
That was pretty huge. And then the other one was Kenny finally winning that title from Okada.
Yeah, that was big.
But more so Daniel Bryan.
Nothing beats a dude being able to do what he loves to
Yep.
do. Yeah, no, that's for sure number one.
That was an interesting question. I'm gnarly. Why have people forgotten how great Nikki was in 2016 during her initial return to the brand split, her feud with Mella and Natty, and eventually Maurice and Miz, later being one of the top stars there? Has Brie ruined Nikki in the fans' eyes? They aren't terrible. People are just marks.
That last bit of punctuation there. People are just marks. That's great.
Nikki, actually, she did improve a lot. During her last couple runs in the company. She's the better wrestler of the two of them.
Yeah. I wouldn't go. I mean, for me, just me personally, I don't know if I'd go that deep into it. Like, I have a certain perception of the Bellas that is very difficult for me to sort of not have. And it's nothing like overwhelmingly bad. It's not like, oh, I think they're terrible wrestlers or anything. I just think I don't know. I've never been particularly interested in anything they brought to the table or anything WWE had them bring to the table. Never. And so I kind of just don't know. I don't really separate one from the other, which might be messed up, but they're kind of a package deal. I do think they're more interesting as heels though.
Yeah.
I think I've always felt that way.
Yeah. World of UK Wrestling. Have you watched Hello Wembley yet?
No, not yet. I want to.
I was in attendance, and it was really worth giving a look. I'll have to give it a look then.
No, I might do that this weekend. I've got the Progress in Demand, pay for that Progress in Demand thing.
Yeah.
So I might do that this weekend. I'm looking just to chill this weekend.
Yeah, that sounds good. If I can't do that, I got to start packing.
I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. So
good.
It's like at 4:20. Nice. So we'll have to wrap our live stream a little bit earlier.
Wait, on Tuesday? Oh, yeah.
Because we live stream on Tuesday.
Yeah. Future Pirate King Monkey D, and the rest of his name's cut off. I apologize. Do you see Cedric going down a path similar to Johnny Gargano's? He reaches a low point after losing his match with Murphy, and he has to work his way back up to where he was. Yep. You have to learn how to win again. It's not going to be given in to anger or anything like that. It's not going to be like a Star Wars-esque storyline.
Yeah.
It's just going to be him after going on apparently he didn't lose for a whole 365 days.
Oh, wow.
That's what I read somewhere. Could be wrong. He was champ for half that.
Yeah.
So after going on that kind of winning streak, if he just starts accumulating losses and just it gets in his head and he has to kind of rebuild himself so he can learn how to win again, I think that'd be interesting and something else.
I think it'd be great if like he just sort of took my philosophy on winning, Once you've won a little bit, it's okay to lose a bunch because you've won already. Like, that's why I don't care about I literally haven't logged back into my fantasy football because I don't know my login, but I don't really care either. I could find it, but I don't care. You know why? Because I won a championship. So what the hell do I care about winning? Not only did I win one, I accomplished my other goal of winning one for somebody else.
You try to take credit for Christian Kaufman's victory when you had nothing to do with it.
That was all me.
Nothing.
So I accomplished what I set out to do. Now I don't care. I wish Cedric would be like, what do I care anymore? I was champion for 6 months. Yeah, I went to Super Showdown and lost, but who cares? I won for a whole calendar year. So now I'm going to take some losses. You know what? I'm still great. And then like he just sort of strolls to the ring with like a bag of Little Debbie donuts. He's like, you know, his 6-pack slowly turns into like a 4-pack and then a 2-pack and then just belly. And he's like, oh, what do I care? Goes in there, just lays a turd.
Terrible.
At 5 minutes, he's like, well, that's my match. And he just walks away. Gets counted out all
Terrible.
the time. No, it's great.
No, it's not.
It's something you haven't seen before.
For a reason.
Yeah. Because nobody is creative genius like me.
Because wrestlers, kayfabe, are supposed to be competitors, competitive people.
Uh-huh.
Probably wouldn't do that.
In the dog, I just don't care. What do I care? I won a lot. Oh.
Terrible. Terrible.
Cedric going on vacation.
All right. I'm putting my sunglasses down.
Cedric's mentally checked out. Those are cool looking sunglasses. I'll trade you.
It's like I took my contacts out.
I'll trade you one of these socks.
I need new socks.
Hold on. Can I try these first?
No.
No?
No, sight unseen.
Spin the wheel, make the deal?
Yeah, exactly. Both socks, though.
Both socks?
Otherwise, what good is one sock to me? It's like, this is just one piece of plastic.
You know what,
I
man?
could pop out one of the lenses, and then we'd have a deal.
This guy, Joey Ryan, didn't come through for me. Goodbye, Joey Ryan. Oh, yeah. Hello, Mark. Nice. Sunglasses. What the? I can't see shit. It's not even just that they're... Hold on. Maybe
No, they're not dirty. They actually make your vision blurry. Yes.
What?
I said that.
I didn't know it was going to be like this.
I said it looks like I took my contacts out.
These are terrible. This is what it used to look like when I used to but not have lasers in my eyes.
Yeah.
Wow. That can probably make me go blind again.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? New set. Give me those socks
What
back.
socks?
Come on. Didn't I just give you some Joey Ryan socks?
I don't see any anywhere.
Did I imagine that entire thing? Was it a fever dream?
Yeah. No Joey Ryan socks. No socks at all. Socks on my feet. Not Joey Ryan socks, though.
Very confused right now. Anyways, that's it for show. Patrons, there's going to be a post show out there. Maybe our internet's fixed by now. Maybe we can do the post show live now. Anyways, that's it for show. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.